Today we are going to be demonstrating what a hip thrust with a barbell should look like. The benefits of hip thrusts include increased strength and power in the glutes and hips, improved athletic performance, and improved posture. Hip thrusts can also help prevent lower back pain and injury by strengthening the muscles that support the lower back. Your starting position should have your feet lifted off the ground. Lifting your feet when performing a hip thrust on the floor can potentially increase the challenge and intensity of the exercise by placing more emphasis on your glutes and hamstrings. This variation may help target these muscles more effectively, leading to greater strength and muscle development over time. Digging your heels into the floor and slowly driving your hips upward, pausing at the top, making sure to squeeze your glutes. Slowly return back to your starting position and repeat the motion. Choose the hand placement that feels most comfortable and allows you to maintain proper form throughout the exercise. A good starting point is to position your feet hip width apart or slightly wider. This width helps ensure stability and allows you to generate power from your glutes and hamstrings effectively. Make sure your body is centered in the middle of the bar for an even weight distribution. If someone is struggling with having correct form, give them a PVC pipe as it can serve as a valuable tool for providing feedback, promoting proper alignment, and enhancing stability, ultimately leading to improved form and better results. You can observe whether the PVC pipe remains straight and parallel to the ground throughout the movement. This is a great tool to use before jumping right into the barbell. A common fault people tend to do during this exercise is having their feet too close together. If your feet are too close together while performing hip thrusts, it can lead to several issues like reduced stability, limited range of motion, excessive strain on your knee joints, which increases the risk of injury over time, and imbalanced muscle activation. Another common fault is placing the feet too far apart, as proper engagement of the glutes and hamstrings are not being performed correctly. People sometimes struggle with being centered in the middle of the barbell during hip thrusts, which is essential for promoting balance, symmetry, leverage, and alignment, ultimately enhancing safety, effectiveness, and results. A regression exercise for hip thrust could be performing a body weight glute bridge. This allows you to activate the same muscles by making the exercise easier, while still allowing you to practice proper technique and engagement of the glutes effectively. You can also place a resistance band around your thighs just above the knees and perform hip thrusts as usual. The band provides resistance throughout the movement, making it slightly easier than using a barbell while still challenging the glutes. Another alternative could be adding weight to the glute bridge, making it slightly more difficult. If someone is still struggling with performing hip thrusts using a barbell, have them try kettlebell swings so they can get the hip hinge motion and glute activation down. A progression for this exercise for when you've mastered the basic barbell hip thrust would be experimenting with advanced variations such as pause reps and tempo variation. You can also try elevated surface hip thrust, which is when you elevate your upper back on a bench or step to increase the range of motion and further challenge your muscles.